Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth, Cande out. We've got some rain tapering off this afternoon, high of about 77. Once the rain's gone, we're in for a really decent end of the evening. And then a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Dublin deck looks great. Again, the weather, fantastic. Thursday, Walker Hayes with Caitlin Smith, Long Island Community Hospital, Amphitheater, Bald Hill. Looks like a hot Thursday, but we've been telling you, of course, not only are tickets still available, Ticketmaster.com, but the gates to the venue, the parking lot's at 4, the gates at 6. The show doesn't start till 8 p.m., so by that point, with the sun setting, it's just going to be a gorgeous Thursday night. Can't wait to see you out there. Going to be fantastic. Walker Hayes coming back to town. Last time we saw him was our secret holiday show in December at Mulcahy's. And P.S. Midland coming to Mulcahy's August 16th, real soon. Coming up very soon, a couple weeks away. We're excited to see them return to town as well. 2 weeks from tomorrow. You can get those tickets at muls.com, muls.com. Few things to get to. We were talking a lot last week about my 49th birthday. Did a lot of different things with my family, and have my niece Molly over for a big sleepover. But did end up at Barbecue Tom's on Saturday, on the day of my birthday. And we had some great not only brisket or steak, or what, I don't even know what to call it. It was maybe the best meat I've ever eaten. He actually made some potatoes, thin sliced potatoes wrapped in bacon that looked like roses. He said they were specifically for my birthday, and he made them to look like roses and put them in the smoker. They were absolutely fantastic. Chicken, and we did some swimming, and it was great. It was a great day, perfect way to spend my birthday. I'll get into more detail, of course, when Cande returns. She'll want to know all about it on Wednesday. I'm sure of that. She will be back Wednesday. Today, August 1st, now if that day sounds familiar, that there's a big day in history that goes along with music. August 1st, 1981, MTV launched that day at 12:01 a.m. It was a big night into early morning for MTV and music. 41 years ago, the first video, very famously, we know that video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles, and it was just, it changed everything, changed the world when MTV launched. It changed the music business for sure, and changed the 80s. So we had a lot of big superstar acts, who people could finally get a look at and be like, oh, that's what they look like, and really changed the launching pad for a lot of artists and put them into superstardom 41 years ago. Now I wasn't even going to get into this, but on my list of things that happened on this date, August 1st, when I saw this, I said, there's a Netflix documentary somewhere in here. Someone needs to do this story. I would watch it. Never heard of it. Probably most people won't care. But 10 years ago in 2012, 8 women badminton players were disqualified from the Summer Olympics for trying to lose matches on purpose so they could get more favorable matchups later on in the tournament. I guess there was some loophole where if they lost, they'd face weaker people later on. It sounds ridiculous to me, but would make like a really good 3-episode Netflix special. So, if anyone from Netflix is listening, go back 10 years to the badminton players who were disqualified from the Summer Olympics. Sounds like fun to me. Also, last night was a big night. If you grew up, and I'm sure many of you that listen did, if you grew up as a wrestling fan, as I did, and I've talked about it before. I was at WrestleMania 1 back in 1985, still have the ticket stubs, and attended a bunch of wrestling matches, got all the magazines, all the action figures, the wrestling ring, the whole thing. Ric Flair had his final match ever. It was last night in Nashville, and a lot of the big stars from past history came out to support and see him, and give him a hug and be in attendance. And a big moment back when wrestling was just taking off and Hulk Hogan was all over TV and magazines and commercials and everything, and he was the big star. Ric Flair, little did people know at the time because they couldn't see him on TV, but Ric Flair was the Hulk Hogan of the other league that wasn't getting as much television time. And then slowly they started to get more TV time and magazines and everything. And he was the legend, is the legend. Ric Flair, no bigger wrestler in the history of wrestling. And I put Hulk Hogan on that list, and I think Hulk Hogan would tell you. Ric Flair, by far number one. I put Hulk at number two, and then, I'm sure my father would argue about, go back in the day, Bruno Sammartino and all these older guys. But I think Hulk would even tell you, Ric Flair, number one, that's it. If there's a Mount Rushmore, he's the first. And he had his final match last night in Nashville, and all over social media. Kind of a cool trip back in history to go check that out if you're so inclined. Less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment, everything from Nashville to Hollywood. The rain will taper off early afternoon, and then we're in for a bunch of sun Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is Walker Hayes week this Thursday, Long Island Community Hospital Amphitheater at Bald Hill, Ticketmaster.com. Let's hit the roads, My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.